Tout le monde, ici GB Gamer de Sport et la vidéo qu'on va diviser les trois matchs aussi préférés et de mon équipe préférée. Là, ça va être les et le premier vidéo aussi de la match que je suis en train de diffuser. Comme à cette heure, c'est les Eagles de Philadelphie contre les Chiefs de Kansas City. C'est la même équipe rouge, la même équipe que j'ai fait avec les Patriots de la Nouvelle-Angleterre. C'est que c'était jeudi dernier. Et aussi, le deuxième prochain vidéo que je diffuse, ça va être les Patriots contre les Saints de Nouvelle-Orléans. Puis le troisième prochaine vidéo que je vais diffuser, ça va être... Ça serait quoi? Ça serait les Packers de Green Bay contre les Falcons d'Atlanta. J'avais tout regardé ici sur le tableau de bord ici, sur mon application mobile ici de NFL Mobile. Puis aussi de tous les abonnés de GB Gamer, ceux qui sont fans ici de la NFL, du football canadien ou américain. Vous adorez aussi le match aussi, les Bengals de Chaîne contre les Texans de Houston. Et oui, je sais que vous allez aimer. Vous avez laissé des bons commentaires. Merci pour tous les abonnés, ceux qui ont laissé un commentaire, des bons commentaires. Pour moi, ça, j'aime bien ça aussi. Ça permet de m'encourager à continuer à faire des vidéos et continuer à faire aussi des vidéos aussi comme à la télé. Juste pour vous dire que c'est un peu plus important que vous écrivez des commentaires puis marquez des gros pouces bleus que j'aime. Ça m'encourage beaucoup. Pour moi, c'est vraiment apprécié. Bon, on a commencé à jouer dans ce match. Pas les Packers, ça va être... Kansas City. Donc les Eagles. Les Eagles de Philadelphie. Les Eagles aussi, c'est des bonnes équipes. Sky Pro, les gars quick. Oh, really. C'est un computer, égal. 9 minutes. Car c'était 1h PM. Tout au premier quart. Parce qu'il n'y a pas de mes équipes préférées non plus qui jouent en ce moment en après-midi à 4h. C'est 1h PM. Chief partiel Claudie. Radem. C'est parti pour le match de la NFL. On commence un super bon match ici pour les Eagles de Philadelphie.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Both defenses will have to be on the watch for a pair of tight ends looking to find seams in the secondary. It's Ertz's Eagles going up against Travis Kelce's Chiefs. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth. We'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry. From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A few moments ago, the emotional leader of the Chiefs defense, Eric Berry, making his way out of the tunnel. He and his mates will get set to do battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brandon Gaudin here in the booth. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And you know, Charles, Larry took a moment to highlight a couple of the tight ends that we're going to see in this game. Both of these teams really look to get them involved in the offense early and often, don't they?
And we continue to see in the NFL how the tight end is becoming more and more of a highlighted position. Some of these guys can flex out like wide receivers. A lot of them can come inside, block as well as catch passes. He's exactly right. Tight end, that's a position we'll continue to follow as this game unfolds.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them is their second-year quarterback, also the number 2 overall pick a season ago, Carson Wentz.
Many wondered if the Eagles gave up way too much to get the number 2 pick from Cleveland in order to draft Carson Wentz. But after his freshman campaign in the NFL, I think people believe they see positive signs from a big, strong-arm guy, an intelligent guy, and a really competitive player.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. That opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Quickly now a look at the Eagles offensive starters.
Darren Sproles is the active leader of receptions by a running back, but he can also run the football inside and to the perimeter. Has fantastic moves, quickness, vision, and strength when he tries to pull away from tacklers. And then you throw in his kick return ability, where he's gone to multiple Pro Bowls in that position.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And he's brought down. An Eagle first down there. Wentz to Ertz, and the names that end in TZ.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Ce genre de football-ci, surtout des bâtiments ici de la ville de Miami. Et voilà. C'est vraiment un bon match.
Here's Wentz to throw. It's complete. This is Brent Selleck. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Je vais faire quoi? Je vais donner sur le nom de la ville de Miami. Attendez.
On first down, Wentz. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Ranking 24th overall in total defense is not something that excites Kansas City, but they offset that in a big way in 2016. They forced 33 turnovers, which led the league by 3, and ended up plus 16 in turnover margin, which tied for first in the NFL, which helped lead them to a playoff run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Wentz on third down. And he connects with Ertz. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Saw man coverage on the perimeter, and that was a pretty good throw. It was one of those ones that wasn't an easy catch, but it's one that he thinks that he should have come down with, although I'm sure the opposing cornerback would beg to differ.
Second down now after the incompletion. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
6 points.
Torrey Smith from 8 yards out. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Tyreek Hill set to return it. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 05 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
And head coach Andy Reid has said even with Patrick Mahomes being picked number 10 in the draft overall, people think he's going to replace him. Alex Smith is our guy, and he should be. 3rd in the league in the number of wins behind only Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers since 2011.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And now the Chiefs' offensive starters.
They ranked 20th overall in total offense in 2016, but when I look at Kansas City's offense, I see much better than that. Wide receivers who are fast and skillful downfield, running backs who make people miss and can get the ball into the end zone, a tight end who's a game breaker down the middle. I think this team is way better than the numbers suggest.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
In 2016, the Eagles showed that they were going to be aggressive on defense. A lot of man coverage and send the pass rushers after the quarterback. I don't expect that to change at all in 2017, but they are looking for increased play from their cornerbacks, trying to lock down some wide receivers.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So the sack of Smith, and now the Chiefs coming up facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Smith. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, Smith. Complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Ready?
They'll run now with Ware. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. If they want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
They run again with Ware. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Chris Long in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Able to fight through one tackle. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll begin here with blood. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Eagles with the early lead. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Again, here's Blood. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he's able to hold on to the football.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
Another big play by Alshon Jeffrey. I think his best days are ahead of him. I think he's ideally suited to help this young quarterback Carson Wentz develop.
He had 13 career 100-yard games coming into the season, and you know in the city of brotherly love, they're hoping for more.
Yeah, just think about Alshon Jeffrey, the catch radius and ability to make plays downfield against smaller defensive backs.
To throw is Wentz. Hurts has it left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Red zone.
Wentz now on first down. Hurts got
Touchdown.
It's Hurts.
Touchdown,
Philadelphia. Zach Hurts from 21 yards away. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will he?
No, he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
Perfect.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
Tout est félicite le coach et les joueurs. Les partisans félicitent aussi qui a fait un touchdown. Un extra point. C'est complet.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, Smith. The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get 3 up to midfield.
Une belle défense des Eagles.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. From the 50, it's Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on.
Yes,
would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Left.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. And we see his collection of highlights. He's always so tough to cover.
He really is, and there are plenty of reasons why. Runs great routes, has an understanding of what defenses want to do against him, and really has a great determination to go up and get the football. He decides it's his, and no one else's.
And he's decided that a lot so far in this game. On 1st and 10. Here's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Bust through the tackle. And another tackle broken. Finding some room in midfield. And he's taken down before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since what, 2010, his rookie year, and 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
Wentz now on 1st down. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. This is taken by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Rashawn Jeffrey, 39 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And it's 21-3.
It's good. Right there.
So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Tous les gens aussi, les partisans aussi des Chiefs de Kansas City sont à chialer. Ça, c'est juste pas bien les Chiefs de Kansas City. Kicked off on my line.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to throw, Smith. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Sproles stays on his feet. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Eagles take possession. All right, time for us now to discuss Alshon Jeffrey, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And Salek here, left side. And will be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The Eagles on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Wentz. And it's caught by Salek. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
10 yards still left on second down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On first down, Wentz. Incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Wentz will try again on second down. Bird shrugs him aside. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught.
Ah, yes, ça
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Wentz to throw again. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Wentz again, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Matthews from 4 yards out, and the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Point after now from Sturgis. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. A 10-play drive that time. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone.
C'est 28 à 36 Eagles de Philadelphie. Yeah. Okay, plus.
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes... on here in this situation. If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. The final shot here before break. Smith. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half.
C'est les aussi statistiques ici de résultats. C'est 28 à 3.
First and 10. Wentz has got the completion here, and he'll be tackled at their own 48-yard line.
Et tous les écarts.
Continuing on the drive, it's Wentz able to get this one in the hands of Torrey Smith. And he capped off the long drive with a touchdown as they take a 7-0 lead. Eagles with the ball early in the second. Here a throw deep down the field is caught, and he'll be tackled at their own 44-yard line. Same drive. Wentz gonna find his safety blanket. Tight end Zach Ertz. It ends up working for a touchdown. The Eagles push their lead to 11. About halfway through the second, the catch will be made deep down the field, and it will be caught for the score. Eagles go up by 18. Now 1st and 10, it's Wentz on target to Jordan Matthews. And he'll end up being taken down at the 4. Sticking with the same drive. Wentz is on point with the throw, and he capped off the 9-play drive with a TD. The Eagles way in front. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On the ground, this is where. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. The Kansas City first, Smith finding his fellow Pro Bowler Kelsey.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense. Tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Smith on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Spencer Ware, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. They run it here. Where? Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
2nd down now after the pass completion.
Ready?
From the gun, it's Wentz. Hurts over the middle. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards. So tough to cover a big tight end like that.
It changes the chalk, as one of my coaches like to say, meaning the normal things don't apply. All right, used to say, okay, there's a tight end going out. We're either going to put a big linebacker on him or maybe a safety and call it a day. Now, because of the strength of that position and the sheer number of catches that they make as well as their dexterity, sometimes you have to put a cornerback on him because he might be the primary guy going out for a pass. It changes what they do defensively, and it's usually not good for the defense.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Again, it's Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And they'll go Wentz to Blunt here, shouting through the defense. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's exactly why you go and get Alshon Jeffrey from the Bears. When you're able to throw it up like that, forget 50-50 balls. What is that more like? What, a 90-10 for him?
That's what he calls them. He calls them 90-10 balls. I love that line and respect his ability. He can go up and get it. And now a 1st down following that long gain. From the red zone now, Wentz. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
So 2nd and 10 here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are pouring it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. We focus our attention now on the Eagles defense. They're just hoping for more of the same. Last time they forced the punt that led to a score.
They flipped the field essentially, and that's what you want to do as a defense. Make sure that you put your offense in a great position to run their offense and put the ball in the end zone. That's exactly what they accomplished.
Now they accomplished that last time. What will they accomplish this go around? On 1st down, it's Smith. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Smith. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Juste une minute. Assez vite.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. 23 yards on the play.
I just love advanced stats. For Alex Smith,
fastest of any quarterback in the league. Another instance right there. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On the run, it's Ware. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Smith now on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Vers le territoire des Chiefs.
They'll run it here with Blunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Wentz now to throw. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Kansas City.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to power through. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run again with Blunt. And an alley to run. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason, during the season, in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now Blunt. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
And you know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Into the red zone. Wentz. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Back to throw, Smith. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. 2nd and 10, Smith again. And Hill with it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. The Chiefs on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Smith now to throw. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30. 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time. He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of. Correct. Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it. And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
On donne notre attention aussi. Ça sera de retour dans quelques instants aussi. Ici GB Gamer Sport.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset.
Tout
They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Ici, revanché. Mais on va dégager ça. Ça fait beaucoup de points. Prêt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz powers ahead at the 45. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
As he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Now Wentz. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Wentz finding his new weapon, Jeffrey, for an Eagle 1st down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
Ayons gagné. Toute la victoire. Au premier, c'est 7. Deuxième, 21. Troisième, 7. 83. Toutes les faits saillants aussi des Eagles, des Chiefs de Kansas City. Regardez cette course tout le temps. Du mouvement. Un touchdown.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.
On n'a pas réussi les meilleurs jours dans la prochaine fois. Je souhaite une bonne fin de soir, une bonne fin de journée tout le monde. Ce match en direct aussi de Kansas City, les Chiefs. C'est déjà la fin aussi de la vidéo aussi du match de football entre les Eagles de Philadelphie et les Chiefs de Kansas City. aussi, ils ont fait beaucoup de points. Ils ont tout ramassé face aux Chiefs de Kansas City. Ça, ils ont fait quelques points ici, Chiefs de Kansas City. Ça fait juste 10 points. Donc, si vous avez des commentaires, vous pouvez me laisser un commentaire en bas de la vidéo aussi et marquer un gros pouce bleu que vous avez aimé pour liker la vidéo aussi victorieuse aussi. Et je vous souhaite une bonne fête de soirée, tout le monde aussi, puis on se verra à un prochain match de vidéo de JB Game Sport, que ce soit les Patriots contre les Saints de Nouvelle-Orléans ou les Packers contre les Falcons d'Atlanta. On va dire ça si j'ai le temps aussi, puis là on se met tout de suite. C'est JB Game Sport, on se verra à une prochaine vidéo de ce match de football. Un grand plus du dimanche de football.